Hi, I'm Karen. We're here at Montevilla Sewing Center, and today we're talking about the Pfaff Ambition 610. In this video, I'm going to show you what the settings button does. Okay, to start with, to get into settings, you push this button. To get back out of settings, you just push it again. Okay, into settings, the first selection is twin needle. Now, to get to the various different things, you just push the up and down arrow, and the one that has the rectangle around it, that's the setting you're working on. So twin needle, if you're sewing with twin needle, that means you have two spools of thread up here. One is on an auxiliary spool pin and one is on your regular spool pin. You thread it accordingly, and then you use a twin needle. It looks kind of like a thicker or a thinner one. Now, this here, you can use the arrows to decide how wide your needles are. Now, this here is about 2 millimeters, so I would go up to 2 and I'd push OK. Now, that means that it's set for twin needle, and that if I used a 2 millimeter wide twin needle, it would keep me from doing a motif or a zigzag that's too wide. Now, twin needle sewing looks like this. It's a really nice decorative way of sewing. But so you can change how wide, and this actually goes all the way up to 6 millimeters, and you can see you can have one that's quite wide like that. Now, when I turn that one on, notice Stitch with Safety is grayed out. We cannot do that one. Stitch with Safety, I'm going to go back here and turn off twin needle, and down here, Stitch with Safety has to do with if we're using a single hole needle plate as opposed to your nice wide zigzag hole that you stitch through here. If you have that turned on, you won't be able to do a zigzag. And if you use a foot that just has a single hole in it, like some of your quilting feet, you'd want to turn that on too. That will prevent you from moving your needle to one side or the other and hitting that foot or the needle plate. And notice also the twin needle is grayed out too, because obviously if you're using a single hole needle plate, you wouldn't want to be using a twin needle. So these are mutually exclusive. So I'm going to turn that off, so both of them are off. Down here, you can choose your language. So you can go to German, and you can see how the words change. I'm going to go back here to English because that's your default one. Okay, Audible Alarm, we have it on, and that's the default. But if you turn it off, then you could go to different settings and you don't have that beep. I kind of like having it on because it kind of lets me know that I've pushed a button. Okay. Contrast, that has to do with your screen here, and it has kind of more to do with your ambient lighting, like if you're sewing in a brightly lit room, maybe with a window behind you, or if you're sewing dark, like at nighttime. I like to have mine right there at 0, which is right in the middle. Okay, and then SW is software. So this just is information about the machine, the software that's in your machine. The beep beep that you hear just means that's all the further it can go. It can't go any further down. So I'm going to go right back up here. Stitch with Safety, it's right up at the top. And remember, to turn that off and get into whatever you're sewing, just push that button right there. So that is the settings that you can do on your machine. I hope this video has been helpful to you. If it has, give us a thumbs up. And if you have comments or questions, you can leave those in the area down below. We have lots of other videos on our Montevilla YouTube channel, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Bye.